All right, good people. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. I am your girl, Coach Tashawn, your marriage. Your relationship and marriage communication coach. I am live on TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube. So listen, you don't have an excuse not to grab these notes. But before we get started, I want you all to make sure you stop by Swag Her Magazine. TLC Coaching is being sponsored by Swag Her Magazine. It is the ultimate media outlet. Please make sure you go by. And if you're a business owner, a small business owner, it is an amazing tool and resource to connect with for your business, right? They are phenomenal. So make sure that you go by and say, tell them that TLC sent you their way. All right. So listen, thank you so much. Welcome to the TLC community, where you are encouraged to drop in your notes, your comments, your questions. I will try to get to them throughout the broadcast. If not, um, definitely know that I'm not ignoring anyone. I need to get the information out to you so that you can bridge that communication gap in your marriage, in your relationship. So, welcome to the TLC community. And again, I am your girl, Coach Tashawn. Listen, it is another episode of Talking Out Tuesday. This is the last week, y'all. Can y'all believe it? Like, literally, can y'all believe it? Like, I see. It seems like we just celebrated New Year's. Like literally, it seems like we just celebrated New Year's. I was like, posted Happy New Year, whatnot, and here it is. We're at the end week, the last week of January. That's wow, right? That is so wow. But listen, I'm so happy to be in the number of the last week, right? No complaints. I'm just so blessed. So I am no complaints on this end. So listen, it is Talking Out Tuesday, week 4, you guys, week 4. And we're this week, we're talking about resetting after a heavy week. I got my notes here. Got my notes. Y'all know how I do. Now, before we get started, if you've been rocking with me since last year, you know I done told you, get your notebook. Get your how they do get I can't stand that. Be like how they do they tap the product that get your notebook. Why? So you can take notes. So you can take in these notes, right? Get your notebook. And even if your spouse is not here today to watch this episode with you, make sure that you that way you'll have the notes for you and your boo when you get back together, and you can review the notes with your boo, right? So make sure you grab the note. If you don't go to the dollar store, if you don't have a notebook today, grab a piece of paper, right? And write down your notes. So it's plain and simple. Okay. So listen, we are again, welcome back. This week we're talking about resetting after a heavy week, how to reconnect game without the blame game. So this year's theme for TLC coaching is living the vows, right? It's living the vows, where we're going to actually go through the vows and just kind of just go through them and not dissect them vow from vow, but just add in what we've been missing. Because y'all, let's be real. We went to the altar, we said our vows to everyone, in front of everyone, right? Including God. We didn't say it in front of our family, friends, co-workers, everybody, right? And then time has gone on, time has passed, and we have forgotten about our vows. We really have. We have forgotten about our vows, right? So God downloaded it in me to me, and He was like, "Go back to the vows, back to the basic," right? So we're going to revisit the vows. And January, we're talking about to have and to hold, right? So to have and to hold. So every Tuesday, we're practicing 4 simple moves: value it, own it, walk it out, and staying connected. So exhale, unclench those shoulders, get rid of the attitudes, right? And be open to receiving what is needed for your relationship. Now, I always tell you, marriage is beautiful. And sometimes you will have those communication barriers. Sometimes you will have a communication blockage. Sometimes you would just have a communication breakdown, or it's just there is a breakdown somewhere, right? Your marriage is not over. Say it with me. My marriage is not over. It's not over. Okay. That's where I come in. Then that's why you have these tools and resources, right? Such as Talk It Out Tuesday. So you can grab some information to support you in the communication. But your marriage is not over. Okay. And as always, as I make a disclaimer in all of my coaching sessions, wherever I do, if you are in an abusive relationship, please, hey, Mr. Roberts, how you doing? Thank you so much for joining me. If you are in an abusive relationship, please, please, please exit out. You cannot change your partner. You cannot change them at all, but your prayers can. However, ask God to give you an exit plan so that you can move forward. Okay. You as a spouse cannot change your spouse. So if you are any type of abusive relationship, make an exit plan. That is not of God, right? But and so that's when I say your marriage, and it's still not over until God says, and again, hear me out before anybody start inbox me. What I'm saying is get out, make that exit plan, you pray that God deliver them. You cannot change. Do not stay in that relationship, and that is not of God, right? That is not of God. And you allow God to exit, like to divorce you and whatnot. I always make that disclaimer because I want people to understand the communication breakdown does not equate to abuse or whatnot. Okay, so your marriage is not over if you're having that communication breakdown. Because let's be honest, you guys, and this is something that I talk about, I want you to understand. There are many factors to why your communication is breaking down in your marriage, right? Y'all, we have life, and I said we as included. We have life. Things have happened. We're now caregivers. A lot of us are caregivers, right? Empty nesters, career changes, job layoffs, all of these things. Y'all, we were just in COVID, what, 5.5 years ago? It took effect on our marriage, right? And so it broke it for a lot of people, it broke the communication, and we were just thrust back into society to get back to business, and we have not been able to breathe, right? And sometimes that, not sometimes, but oftentimes, that is a communication barrier, right? We don't know how to talk to each other. We're afraid to talk to each other. And you're probably saying, like, but that's my boo. I shouldn't be afraid to talk. You're right. However, there are many factors, again, that stand in the way. So that's why I'm here to support you in saying, listen, your marriage is not over. Just a little, it just need a little adjusted. That's it. Monitor and adjust it. Okay. So that is why. So I want you to exhale, and I want you just to be relaxed. Again, we've been talking about to have and to hold, learning how to hold each other down when life gets heavy. Last week, we talked about being tired and still staying connected. So this week, we're finishing January with something every couple needs, and that's repair. Because heavy wheat can leave heavy residue. All right. Heavy wheats can leave heavy residue. Y'all know we've gone through weeks without days without talking to each other. Days become weeks. Weeks become months. Months become, guess what? A year or two. And you have not resolved any communication issue, right? But we're gonna stop that. We're gonna stop that today, right? So again, welcome again to Talk It Out Tuesday. We're talking about to have and to hold, one of our vows. That is the theme for this year for TLC coaching. All right. So here we go. B, the first one. Get your notes. Get your notes. Get your notes. Get your notes. Get your. I told you I got my notes right here, y'all. I got my notes right here. I told you I'm ready for you. I'm ready. All right. So B, value it. Protect the relationship more than the ego. Woo. What does that mean? Well, here's TLC point number one. Repair starts when you value the relationship more than your pride. If being right is the goal, connection is going to lose every time. Your goal shouldn't be to be right in this the intense moment of fellowship. I like to call it. I don't like to call it arguments. An intense moment of fellowship. Mhm. Your end goal should not be to see who's right. That's not the end goal, right? Because at the end of your day, you want peace in your household. You're supposed to have peace in your household between you and your spouse. So that end goal is not to see who's right. Not to say na 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 boo boo. I knew I was right. Y'all know, y'all now one thing about me as a coach, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you because I've been there, done that, right? Not having the attitude, yeah, I knew I was right, da 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 da, with the hand, all of that. Let's keep it 100, right? That's not the end goal. That is not the goal. You are not trying to be right. Your connection is more important than your ego. And you have to make sure you have that mind shift, that mind shift. It is not to be, it's not about your ego. It's not about trying to be right. Okay? So make sure you move that ego on out the way. You grab your boo's hand and you be like, you know what, we in this together. We doing this together. We're gonna talk this thing out together, right? So B is the value in it, protecting the relationship more than your ego. That you don't have time, you don't have room for ego. Okay. Okay. TLC point number two. Emotional safety is rebuilt when your spouse sees you care about how they felt, not just what you meant. Again, going back, it's not about your ego. It's not. It's about that end goal. That end goal is to have peace. That end goal is to connect. You're not trying to one up on your spouse. It burns my heart. It saddens me when I see spouses trying to one up on each other. Who does that and why? Why are you doing that? Well, like what gave you that perception that this is about one upping on your spouse? You're a team. You're a team. So if you lose, guess what? Your spouse lose, right? If I lose and my spouse like you're a team. So why would you want to up one, right? So for example, here's an example. When you say things like I didn't mean it like that, it might be true, but repair sounds more like I hear what that it hurt you. That matters to me. It's all in the wording and it's in that tone. Remember last week we talked about that tone. That tone and that word, it makes a big difference. Now these are examples that you put into your own words, right? This is just an example, TLC example, but that's just what it you may when you say things like I didn't mean it. What are you really saying? I didn't mean it like that. Right? Well, how did you mean it? So you can repair it by saying I hear that it hurt you, and that's what matters. That matters to me. I don't want you to be hurt by what I have to say or what's needed to say. I don't want to hurt you. That's not my goal. That's not my intention in us having these conversations. I don't want to hurt you. I don't want to hurt you with my words. I don't want to hurt you with my actions, right? That matters to me. So we're going to do this together. I'm pushing my ego to the side. I don't have an ego in our conversation, in our marriage. I'm pushing that to the side because I value our marriage. I value it, right? So that's the goal because you're protecting that relationship. You are protecting your marriage. All right? So value it. Protect the relationship more than the ego. All right? Oh, are y'all taking these notes? Give me some thumbs up, give me hearts if this makes sense to you. And if it doesn't, let me know. Drop it in the comments and let me know. All right? Oh, own it. Take responsibility without the excuses. What does that mean? Here's TLC point number one for O. Own your part without adding a but. Y'all know how we do. But I'm apologizing, but then don't apologize. Don't apologize. If you got to add a but in there, don't apologize. Then the apology it turns into a debate, right? It turns into a debate. That it so is voided, is null and void. It doesn't matter. If you got to add but afterwards, you can keep that apology because you don't mean it. That you're still operating in that ego. Going back up to the beat, you're operating in that ego space, so you don't mean it, right? Uh, Point number 2: some couples don't repair because they want the other person to hurt a little longer. That's not healing. That's punishment. Whew. Let me take a sip of water on that. Let me take a sip of water on that. Now, let me tell you something again. I've been there, done that. Don't punish your spouse with distance. Repair is love in motion. Y'all know how we get. Let's keep it 100. Let's keep it 100. We want our spouse to feel the hurt that we experience in the conversation, right? So what do? What they say, hurt people hurt people. Well, that applies to this too. Because when you're hurt and you're feeling all like, ooh, I just need to talk, or X, Y, and Z, what you gonna do? You trying your best to hurt your spouse. And that is not right. I don't care what the world tells you. That is not right. That is not right. I don't care what Instagram tells you. I don't care what your girlfriends them tell you. I don't care what your unhealed mama them told you. That is not right. You are not to punish your spouse with that silent treatment, with the distance, none of that. None of it. You are not to do that. I don't know who told y'all. I do know who told y'all that, right? I do know who told y'all that. Unhealed people. Unhealed, hurt people. Bitter people. Bitter married people. I'm going to say it. Yes, I did. I said it. Bitter married people then told you that. You don't punish your spouse, right? So again, that's not repairing. That's not healing. That's punishment. And that's not cool. Unhealed, that's it, Mrs. Roberts. Unhealed women. And I can talk from a wife's perspective because I've been there, done that before. That's why I'm your favorite coach, because I'm coming to you 100% real. I know I used to try to punish in my marriage, my first marriage. I used to try to punish my ex-husband, right? When the conversation wasn't going my way or I felt hurt, I'm going to punish you. Like I'm going to punish you. I ain't proud of that. I'm just saying that's what I used to do, y'all. That's why I'm able to tell you it's not right. It's not godly. It's not healthy. I'm trying to tell you. Okay. So, for example, I need you to do a self-check, right? Here's the self-check that I want you to do. I want you to ask this question. Am I trying to reconnect, or am I trying to prove my point? Ask yourself that. You ain't too good. Ask yourself that. In my marriage now, I always do a self-check. Yes, even as a coach, because I have a mentor coach as well, right? Even as a coach, I still have to do my self-checks because I need to make sure that I'm operating correctly and as a godly wife. So I have to ask myself when there's an intense moment of fellowship, not arguments, because we ain't arguing. We're not arguing with our spouses. Y'all, I'm getting my water. Y'all, I didn't fell in love with this whole. I ain't in love with it. It irritates me, but at the same time, I'm just messing with y'all when I do this. Yeah, how they do that. My water intake. Y'all get your water intake. But when you're doing your self-check, I have to do a self-check too. Ask yourself, am I trying to reconnect, or am I trying to prove a point? Because a lot of times we're trying to prove our point in a conversation. I know what I know. You can lie to yourself if you want to. I'm trying to tell you. You can lie to yourself if you want to. That's right. You're self check. Mrs. Marshall, that's right. Self check. You got to do a self check. And it's okay. Do that self check consistently. Check your heart. Check your heart posture in your marriage, in your relationship. Check your heart. Am I doing this to reconnect with my boo, or am I trying to prove my point in this conversation? Because I'm going to win this conversation. He going, and I'm saying from a wife's perspective, he going to hear me and he going to do it. Now ask yourself, is that what you want? Is that what you want? No, that's not what you want. Because going back to V, you want to value your marriage. You're protecting it. Because what do I always say? And you can check me if you want to. Now, I'm not saying in a smart way. I'm saying you can check on it. But when you start that becomes disrespect of your spouse. And then guess what happens? Your spouse leaves the home. It doesn't necessarily mean infidelity with another human, but it does mean that now that their attention is focused on football games, outside activities, hanging with the homeboys or homegirls, you hanging with the wives, hanging with the homegirls, the family, everything else now is number one over your marriage because it's a disrespect. So check yourself. You know, who gonna check me, boo? Who gonna check me, boo? Check yourself. That's who gonna check you. Check yourself. Let go of the ego, let go of that pride, let go of all that. Check yourself. Am I trying to reconnect with my boo? Or am I trying to like prove a point? Like, what point are you trying to make? Prove. And why? That's what I'm saying. And why? All right. The third one, walk it out. W, walk it out. Use a simple repair script. Now, again, this is TLC coaching. So I encourage you to tailor the conversation for you and your boo. You know how you and your boo talk. You know how y'all talk, have a conversation, right? I know how me and my husband talk, right? So this script is you tailor it. So TLC point number one, repair doesn't need a 2-hour meeting. It needs honesty, softness, and one clear next step. Whew, I had to drink. I got to drink my water on that. But let me tell you, I was that person. I had to have a whole plan of the conversation. What we were gonna talk about. I'm gonna cover this. I'm gonna cover that. And I'm gonna make sure that he knew about this conversation, a topic from 1999. I'm gonna make sure that I'm gonna get everything I need to get out in this one conversation. The devil is a lie. First of all, I ain't got that type of time to be sitting there arguing, right? We're not ready to do that. We got precious time that we need with each other. All right? We got precious time that we need with each other. So why am I trying to hold a 2-hour meeting? Why? We're not about to do that, right? So it needs that honesty. It needs that softness, y'all. I'm trying to tell you. I know what the world is saying. Well, you got to make him. And again, I'm talking from a wife's perspective. You got to make him listen to you, boo. Go ahead and try it, and watch your boo walk out the door with the smile and go somewhere else. And again, it does not mean that they're going to have an affair. I want to make that clear. But what it does mean that you just now, that space that you all share is not safe for your spouse. So guess what? They have to now find a safe space for them. And that safe space can mean hanging out with the homeboys, hanging out with at the bar or wherever. hanging out at their family's house, their mom and dad's house, right? Hanging out or doing everything else except for coming home. They're coming home later and later, or if they're home, the conversation is not happening. I'm telling you what I know as your coach. I got experience. That's why I'm able to coach you. You cannot do that. So your safe space that you once said it was a safe space is no longer a safe space, right? It's no longer a safe space because now you just told your spouse, I'm not trying to walk this out with you. I am trying to one up on you. I need to prove my point. That's what you told your spouse. That's what your spouse heard. All right. Point number 2, with walk it out. Heavy weeks call for short, respectful conversations. This is not the time to bring up every memory you've ever had. Just like I said, this is not the time to bring up every memory you done had. Like literally. Well, you remember what you said last week. Y'all, let me tell y'all a something. Last week, first of all, it's the past. And if it wasn't addressed, I'm not saying not to address it, but what I'm saying is moving forward in your conversations with your spouse, whatever happens needs to be addressed today. So if a conversation took place that you did not like, or that something is pressing on you, try to address it in the now. What happened last week, it literally is the past. And what's going to happen, no one is going to remember what was said. So now you're going to go back and forth about who said what said. I know what I know because guess what? Your girl done did it. And guess who gets pissed off the most? You. Because now you try to remember what they said on top of what you said. And unless you got a recorder, now some people do have a recorder. And if you got a recorder and you record your conversations, like, I'm just saying, I can't help you on that, bro. But let it go. It's the past now. It's done. So you don't have time to bring up all of the old stuff. You don't have time for that, right? So for example, just say this in your own words. Again, tailor this to you and your boo. I don't like how we've been feeling lately. I just want us to be good. Can we reset? For some strange reason, we feel, I don't know who said that we could not. You are married to your boo. It is okay to reset. It is super fine. It is okay. Say it with me. It's okay for us to reset. If you got to reset every day until you get it correct, that is what you're going to do. It's okay for you to reset, you guys. Fresh start until you get this right. You don't have to keep up with the Joneses. You don't have to keep up with the Greens. You don't have to keep up with Instagram. You don't have to keep up with your mama now. You don't have to do that, right? It's okay to reset because, again, the goal is to bring peace in your household. The goal is to understand each other. The goal is to have a conversation, decent conversation, and good conversation where you can reconnect with your boo. I cannot stress that enough. Your goal is not to prove a point. It's not to prove a point to the world. It's not to prove a point to, oh, we gonna show up this other couple. No. It's okay to reset. Grab your boo by the hand, hug, and say, and look each other in the eye. Remember when you got married at the altar, you had to look at each other in the eyes and recite these vows. Remember? You were looking at each other. And for some people, it was a little tough. It was a little tough looking at your spouse in the eye because that meant that commitment, right? Do it now. Grab your boo by the hand, stand in front of each other, and say, listen, I don't like how we've been feeling lately. Me and you. It ain't just you, babe, but me as well. I don't like how we feeling each other. I don't like how we talking to each other. I don't like how we being distance with each other. I don't like that. But guess what? We in this together. And guess what? I want good. You want good. So let's reset. Let's reset. Let's reset. Type in reset for me in the chat. Type in reset. You type it in. Write it down. It's okay to reset. Okay? All right. Staying connected. Repair is reconnection, not perfection. Say that with me. Repair is reconnection and not perfection. Okay. TLC point number one, repair is not pretending nothing happened. It's choosing closeness after it happened. Again, it's not trying to be perfect. It's not trying to ignore or avoid the conversation, but it's saying, you know what? I am acknowledging it, and it's I want to be close to you. I want to get this. I want to repair this. So let's do this, right? Let's repair this the correct way. And so it's not pretending, right? It's not pretending. You're not pretending like nothing happened or the conversation did not, the whatever happened, it did not happen. And that's not what we're saying. What I'm saying is what you're not going to do is spend all night, all weeks fussing and fighting. You're not going to do that. We're not doing that. Not in 2026. All right. Point number two, it's staying connected means you don't withdraw affection to make a point. Love is not a weapon. Going back up to that punishment. For example, instead of cold silence, instead of the cold silent treatment, the silent treatment they call it, try saying this. I'm still processing. I'm really starting. And again, put this in on your own language, your own tone, your own language. I'm still processing, but I'm here. I'm here. I promise you, I'm here. We're okay. We just need to talk. We'll talk. Let your spouse know I'm still here with you. I'm not going to give you that cold shoulder, but give me a moment. Remember last week we talked about giving each other that moment. You don't have to necessarily have the conversation right there and then, because a lot of times the time is just not right. The environment, the atmosphere is just not right for you had to have that conversation. And so it's okay for you to take a pause. That the power of that pause. It's okay. But let your spouse know that you are there, that you want to repair this. Whatever the conversation is, whatever that issue is, that I want to repair this. So we're going to do this. I'm here and we're okay. We're okay. You got to reassure your spouse, we're okay. So when you walk out that door, when you're trying to take that breather, or you want to go to the garage, let your spouse know, excuse me, y'all, we're okay. All right, we're okay. All right, so listen. Here's your steps challenge. Y'all know you got some homework. You got some challenge. You got some homework. Y'all know this is what I need you to do. I told you listen, I got my notes right here. Listen. So I want you to write this down. There are steps to this. I always say there are steps to this. STEPS. All right. Step number one, use the repair starter. I want you to say this within 24 hours now. This is not for you to hold on to. Like, this is not for you to be like, I'm gonna hold on to this when we have an official argument. This is practice work. You have to practice this now so it can be in place, right? Step number one, say this or that week was heavy. I don't want us off. Can we reset? Now, again, This is what you're going. You tailor this statement. You make it fit for you and your boo. Okay, this is just a general TLC statement, but you get what I'm saying. You can say this or that week or whatever week was heavy, and I don't want us off. Right? Can we reset? Can we reset? All right. Number two. Step number two. Use the three-part repair sentence, meaning this is what you're going to write. I own blank. I understand it when you, I understand it made you feel blank. Next time I will blank. So, for example, I own my tone. I own my tone. I understand it made you feel dismissed. Next time I will pause and speak softer. Now you may be saying to yourself, oh, that sounds like some TV stuff. It's not. It's called communication. It's called having that real chat. That's it. I understand. I own it. I understand it made you feel blank. Next time I will blank. For example, I own my tone. I understand it made you feel dismissed. Next time I will pause and speak softer. I own shutting down. I understand it made you feel alone. Next time I will ask for a break and come back. Again, you're going to tailor this to fit you and your boo. Okay? Those are your steps. Those are your steps for the week. Now, again, this is practice. You're not going to be perfect at it. You're not going to perfect it in one night. This is not meant to be perfect. This is meant to start that conversation of repairing. So you're not trying to, again, one up. You're not trying to be like, oh, well, I know. No. You're going to practice this. And your spouse may not be on board just yet, but it's okay. You continue to operate. All right. Now, here's your reconnect practice. This is the 5-minute reset. Now, this is what I need you to do tonight. And each one of you answered this, right? Number one thing I didn't like about how we handled this week was, go back about this past week, and I want you to both name that one thing that you did not like how you handled it. It could be a conversation about a bill. It could be a conversation or an issue about a family or an issue about a job. However, what is that one thing that you did not like how y'all both handled it, right? Number two, one thing I appreciate you, even in the heaviness, even in the heavy, right? What's that one thing I appreciate you? Even in the heavy, it is what? What's that one thing that you appreciate about your spouse? That one thing, right? And number three, one thing I need from you next week to feel supported is, what's that one thing you need for your spouse to feel so that you can feel supported? And again, y'all, this is not a dissertation. This is not a paragraph. You don't have, no, you don't, it's just one simple thing that you can do tonight. All right. And then I want you to close with it before y'all lay your heads down, before you take before you go on and go to sleep. I want you to close by saying, we're on the same team. We're on the same team. We can be honest and still be kind to each other. And I love you. You my boo. You my boo. This water is good. It's ice cold too. You're my boo. We're on the same team. I love you. What did Barney say? I love you. You love me. We're a happy family with a great big smile from me. I forgot how it went, but y'all know I love you. Tell your boo I love you. All right? I know it was a lot, wasn't it? It was a lot. But listen, y'all, listen. I am this it, it I I'm so passionate about the marriages and relationships, you guys. I'm telling you what I know, what I've experienced, and don't feel like it's impossible because it's not. Your relationship is not over just because you had that bump in the road with your conversation. Again, these are just practice, these are starter points. So you tailor these statements to make it fit for you and your boo. Me and my husband, we have a different language, right? In the conversation. So I don't go to him but like, babe, um, I think we need to sit down and have this discussion. I'd be like, hey, come on. I said, you know what? When you said X, Y, and Z, that hurt my feelings, dude. Like, for real. Your tone was a little sarcastic. And it made me feel like, ooh, like, what's up with that? That's how me and my boo talk, right? And then he'll respond, but like, man, well, I ain't, you know me, I don't be trying to hurt your feelings. He'll say, he'll be like, man, I ain't trying to hurt your feelings. But what is it that you want to talk about? Then he'll add that. He'll add that. What is it that you want to talk about? And then I get ready and I pause and I say, well, you know what? So you tailor it to for you and your boo. That's the beauty of your conversation. I'm just a tool and resource to give you examples, right? So don't try to say, well, Coach T said it to say it just like this. No, 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 no. No. Coach T don't want you to say it just like that. This is just an example. Okay. So listen, I want to thank you all so much for joining me tonight. Listen, I have to shout out to all the couples who came onto January's fireside chat this past Saturday. We had a dynamic, phenomenal time in the space. It was everything, y'all. To every couple who showed up, leaned in, laughed, and reflected and connected. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. I'm excited. Be on the lookout for February's fireside chat. That registration will open on the 1st of February. Your sister need to breathe. Your coach need to breathe because I was like, oh, this is the last week. Woo, okay, but it's already in place. And if you are interested, it is free for couples. It is free. It is free. So if you're engaged, you're married, no matter how long you've been married, it is that safe space, meaning no cameras are rolling, right? You're not being recorded. So you don't have to worry about me posting what you said and what was said. Nah, that's the purpose of this TLC community, is to provide that safe space for married couples, right? So we talk. No couple tries to up on the next couple or anything. We all learn from each other, right? So I can't wait for you to join. Check your calendars because the space is limited. It's a intimate space, meaning only 7 couples, and only one couple needs to register for you both, right? So check your calendars. It will be February the 21st. So make sure you check your calendars before you register because I want to make sure I honor all the couples who register. And if you're unable to make it, which is okay, things happen. But if you're unable to, that gives me time to open up the registration because once it's full, it's full. All right. So listen again. We are valuing it. We are owning it. We're walking it out. We're staying connected. Repair is proof that love is bigger than a hard week. Okay? It is proof that it is bigger than a hard week. It is, right? So I thank you all so much. I want to thank I Care Solutions, being moderator for TLC Coaching on TikTok. If you have questions, if you have comments, please make sure you drop them in, and they will direct you to a link that I can get back to you, or you can DM me if you have a quick question and say, hey, coach, I have, I want to ask about X, Y, and Z or whatnot. You could DM me. That's Facebook, TikTok, and so forth. And then again, let's connect. My website is iamtrinetteLcollier.com. Listen, I have some freebies on the website, some marriage resources and tools. I also have an ebook, Back to the Basics ebook. It's for you. It's quick. It's easy. It is downloadable and it's on sale now. So go to the website, iamtrinetteLcollier.com/shop. You will see that. And again, the registration for February's Fireside Chat won't open until the 1st of February, which is in a few days, right? A few days. So listen, I want you all to be blessed. Grab your boo, hug your boo, kiss your boo. Just, you're married. Do some things with your boo. Trying to tell you. Mhm. We ain't got time for all of that, the drama and trauma and all that. And if you are experiencing trauma in your marriage, I will say connect with a marriage therapist. I am a marriage coach. Moving forward. Coaching is about moving forward. Therapy is about repairing and connecting with your past hurts or whatnot, right? It's about, okay, let's address what has happened in your marriage, right? That's a marriage therapist. Coaching is moving forward. So I can't diagnose you with anything. I can't do all that. Coaching is moving forward. Okay. So, but if you feel like you need therapy and you're not sure who, I can connect you with some marriage and family therapists. Okay. So again, this is all investing in your marriage. When you attend Fireside Chat, when you attend the weekly Talk It Out Tuesdays, when you connect with me, that's investing in your marriage. That's, you got to do it. You got to do it. All right. So again, I want you to also stay tuned for a special. I forgot that special event in February. More details are coming up. So I want to see you all in the place. It's in Metro Atlanta, Georgia. But more details will come out with that in a few days and so forth. All right. So thank you so much for joining me tonight. And again, feel free to connect with me at iamtrinetteLcollier.com. And let's just, y'all, marriage is not dead. It's not dead. It's not dead. It's not. Marriage is beautiful. It is a blessing. It is a blessing. I love being married. I love my spouse. My spouse loves me, right? Marriage is not dead. And marriage can be restored. If I've not shared that with you all, marriage can be restored. Please understand, because not I said it, but God said it. But God said it. Marriage can be restored. Okay? Marriage can be restored. So I love you all. Peace out. Bye.